Lavender is here.
A very wonderful, blessed, good afternoon, wherever you are watching us from. It's a wonderful Wednesday afternoon, and we are here again for the diagnosis. And I just want to really thank you for sparing time to join us this blessed afternoon. And I thank you so much for also sparing your data and your time to join this big conversation this afternoon. I believe that in a moment we will be joined by the amazing crew that we've been having this conversation every week on Wednesday. And I believe that it's going to be a great blessing. Just to let you know that we are streaming on this platform, and also you can be able to join in on YouTube, Tehillah Praise City. We're also streaming on YouTube at this very moment. So we ask you to be able to join us on this great conversation. Should you have a question or maybe a concern, then be sure to join us or ask the question using the number. You can use either 01033270096. You can WhatsApp or call in live in this conversation, and then it will be a great blessing. Like I said again, we are here for the diagnosis. We are talking matters marriage, matters family, and I believe that we are going to be blessed together. There are so many things that we've been learning in this great show, and I believe that even today is that another day that we are going to be learning quite a number of things as well. I believe that you are well wherever you are watching us from, wherever you are tuned in from. We are glad that you found time to join us even this great and amazing afternoon. So thank you so much for sparing your time to be with us this afternoon. I believe that we are going to have a fantastic show this afternoon. Like I said, in a moment, we will be joined by the amazing crew that we have right here on this show. And like I've always said, that should you have any question, let me repeat that number again. You can reach us either via text or call in live or WhatsApp on 010-3327-096, and we'll be able to handle some of the questions during and even after this a very amazing show, and it will be a great blessing. So maybe just to start us off, I know that you can also help us share this broadcast on your platform, so that we have as many people watching this broadcast as we possibly can have them on this show. Once again, let me repeat again that if you're joining us, like I've had quite a number of people who are sending in their questions, and they're asking for not to be, declared public. This is called anonymity. So, and we encourage you to either text us or send us a WhatsApp on the number that I've just read. And I believe that in a few moments we shall be kickstarting our conversation this blessed, wonderful, good afternoon. I don't know whether we are listening to any music. I'm not sure if the producer can be able to let us know if the music is playing in the background. But better still, I know that you are able to hear us. We just want to know also where you are watching us from, and if you can hear us loud and clear. Today we are pleased. I know that we have Lady Pastor Bunda already here, and also the Pastor Shannon also here this morning. But I want to give him the opportunity to greet us and bring us the greetings. We've missed you for about 2 weeks now, but we're glad to have you today. So you can greet us, and of course maybe bring your greetings and where you're coming from.
I have a lovely family. Thank you so much, and God bless you. I'm back now, and after the conference, we know that we have greater testimonies. We'll be testifying as time goes by. Otherwise, I'm so happy to be back home, to be back on the bench, to be back with the crew, and may God bless you.
Amazing. I actually attended the meeting, and it was so
Yes,
powerful. I enjoyed the word, the
you are
worship.
such a lovely brother.
Yeah.
God bless you, man.
Amazing.
Thank you
Thank you so much, sir, for finding time to be with us this afternoon.
Amen.
Lady Pastor, greetings.
Greetings. How are you?
Bring the greetings. Yours, your children, and your Pastor Robert.
Yeah.
And if she has grandchildren too.
I bring greetings. I'm excited for this show. I'm excited Pastor Shannon is back. We missed him. We missed him quite a lot. I'm sorry I didn't get an opportunity to attend your meetings.
You'll
but
attend next time.
I will attend next time.
Thank you so much.
I think I've really I've had like a terrible 5 days, 5-6 days or so. But I still give thanks to the Lord. Yeah, I've lost 2 colleagues that we work with very closely.
So sorry
A close
for that.
colleague just lost her husband yesterday. We lost Bishop Alan Kiuna yesterday. I think it's quite sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've just been in a season of mourning, but we are still praising the Lord. So welcome everyone.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amazing. It's good to see you also. Pastor Sharon, maybe I would really love to get your view. We've been talking about the whole of, about 2 weeks now, we're talking about the preview, the marriage previews and feedback in marriage. And whether that's something you do in your marriage, getting feedback. How often do you ever sit with your wife and ask her, how am I doing as a husband? And the importance of that. Yeah.
Wow. I believe not all married couples can do the same. One thing I can say is it all depends with the kind of marriage setup you are in. We have people that are married and they rarely even joke. Like they are not friends. You know, if you're not friends in marriage, then such things won't happen. You know, you won't have previews. You won't talk about your marriage. We have people that only talk when they're, like the husband can only be talking when he is asking for food, or maybe asking for his shirt and shoes where they are, and maybe when they want to, they're going on, maybe they want to do the act.
Yes.
That's when they'll talk.
Yes.
But I've had friends that actually, when they hang around us, me and my wife,
Yes.
they find us being very jovial all the time. We joke, and we joke a lot
Yep.
because we are friends.
Yep.
So with us, we do it because we sit together and we joke. Sometimes I always tell, in front even of my children, there's a day I was telling my wife, I want to send you back to your home
Yes.
because you're not doing this and this and this for me. And the boys there were laughing. They were saying, Dad, you are the one who leave this house. Mama is not going anywhere. You see, we are that free.
Okay.
And I was just joking. I was saying, Mom, you need to be getting my shoes ready. You need to be getting my handkerchief, and you need to be doing all these things. You take them to the car. When I want to leave, you have prepared everything. So you see, with that, it gives us a space whereby we can talk freely about anything that is happening.
Okay.
So with us, we do the previews.
Okay.
I ask my wife, how am I doing as a husband? And she also asks me the same. And we talk about it, and it helps us because we tend to improve in the areas that we are not doing good. Yes.
But do you think, like, especially this is a weakness of men, oftentimes when we ask for the preview, like I remember we were talking about this last week, you ask for feedback and then you're not, the willingness to receive the feedback without offense.
I think it's the pride we have as men. We don't want to be corrected.
Yeah.
Today, and I can see Pastor Lavender is just saying,
I wish Elphas was here. Where is Elphas? Elphas, where are you?
Yes.
It is just the pride that men have. Sometimes we don't want to accept our mistakes.
Yeah.
You know, we don't want to own, let me use the right word. We don't want to own our mistakes. So it happens that the pride in us, inafanya, we want to brush off things.
Okay.
Yeah, your wife is telling you, actually, you shout at me all the time. Just talk to me in a very nice way and I'll do anything you want. But you know that ka pride unaona, huyu mwanamke ni aje anataka kunicorrect. So wewe unataka kubakia, we want to take advantage of the Bible because we are the head of the house.
Yes.
You want to shout and command things around. In this generation we are in, the shouting and commanding should stop. In this generation, any person that is in marriage out there, I want to advise them and just advise you for free that start by being friends, then talk to each other politely. Then those previews will come. Own your mistake. If there is a mistake, if there is something you haven't done right, just own it. And you know, it will not reduce you to nothing. You know, men tend like to feel when you say I'm sorry, it will make you become a woman or become no. When you say
Umekaliwa chapati.
no, just say I'm sorry, and life should go on.
Okay.
So let's learn to own our mistakes and where we've been corrected, tubadilishe, and then we'll enjoy our marriages.
Okay. Do you think environment, or I really want to get your thought on this because we have talked about this before.
Yes.
Do you think like environment or approach is a determinant on how a person receives the?
Yes,
The
the environment and the approach matters a lot.
Okay.
I want to really agree with that because I cannot be coming from work. You don't know how busy my day was. You don't know how I've, you know, you've met different people out there, and you know, you might have had a long day, and when you get to the house, it's not the right time for you to start like umetoka wapi, umechelewa wapi, nilikuwa nakupigia simu ushiki, kaa chini, nataka tuongee. You see, I won't be in the mood even to answer you. Even that will make matters worse. So the environment matters a lot. I always tell people, if you've stayed with someone for a long time, you need to understand the moods za huyu mtu. Mimi, for example, my wife najuaga vizuri sana, najuanga time zenye amefurahi. Nikitaka kuleta kitu fulani na tuidiscuss vizuri, time tena amefurahi. Or let me come back with a gift. Nikuja na gift hiyo si kwa surprise. She'll be still on the gift, and you know, akili yake imeishia pale, tutakula alafu mwambie, by the way, there was something I wanted us to discuss. Let's talk about this and this. Then I've seen us solving our issues without even a third party or anyone coming in. We solve them amicably.
How do you deal with a person who is difficult for them to receive feedback? Especially, I see this oftentimes with both women and actually men. Like you give feedback, and they quickly jump in a place of, you know, justifying themselves.
And defense.
How do you deal with that kind of a thing? Maybe I should ask you, Pastor Lavender.
Yeah, I think just like Pastor Shannon has said, you look for them when they are, I think there's always that time when somebody is just defenseless. You're just laughing, there's no stress. That is the point where you unawashika, you cut them. Because if this person is always defensive, you know, remind them that this marriage is ours. Nobody else is going to come from outside and help us build it. So it is us. We are in this together. I'm not here to judge you. In fact, what you can do with these people is that as you start this conversation, ask them first, how am I performing as a wife? If it is a husband who is defensive, ask him, how do I perform as a wife? Is there anything maybe you'd want me to do better on? Or maybe to be like maybe to be something that maybe I fail, maybe give me more money, or maybe cook you better meals, So I think you should just time this person when they are calm. And I think it's not just something that you just wake up in the morning and it's 8 o'clock and you're telling your wife, sit down, we want to talk. No. It is something that you prepare. Even maybe take her out. You know, provide a nice environment. Like that's the two of you. Somewhere where
so the person giving feedback should be the one preparing for that environment.
Even the person giving, or like as a couple, like you know very well, we will be giving each other feedback maybe monthly. So every month maybe we can go to Maritini, sit by a nice place at the garden, like we are seated right now, and then we start giving each other feedback.
The feedback.
Yeah. And I think that is very important. If he is defensive, then start with yourself. Hello, Elfas.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. Start with yourself and say, me, I think of late, maybe I haven't been treating you well. Sindio anza na we mwenyewe. Maybe I can do better, or this or that. Excuse me. So I think start with yourself. So the Asione, it's always him or her under attack.
So the person giving the feedback should be the one preparing the environment.
The feedback is for both of you.
Because I've seen, by the way, there's a gentleman I met this weekend. I was actually in Kitale. I met a gentleman who said that there's a way Elfas responded to a question last week. He didn't tell me exactly the question, but they were listening to the show with the wife.
Yeah.
And he says that ever since that day, things have changed in their family.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, which is a good thing.
Yes.
So, but the question I had, somebody was asking, what will I do with a person who is totally adamant in receiving the feedback? Because I think that's the most, you know, a problem that many people suffer in marriage. You are on the wrong and not willing to receive the correction or maybe the feedback. The problem is the person giving the feedback, or this the the insistence of the person on the wrong on being right. Kwanza Elfas, karibu sana.
Asante, thank you so much. How are you doing?
I'm good.
You're looking sharp.
I'm good.
Smart.
Thank you.
Hey, Lavender. And Pastor Shannon, we missed you last time.
I'm here.
Karibu, bro.
Thank you so much.
But I represented you.
That is well. There was a point here, and my pastor was clapping.
Yes.
It's good you are here so that we can do this thing. Yes, yes.
He was clapping.
Yes, she was, and she was like, she was like,
Where's Elfas? Yes.
Where's Elfas? Elfas should be here.
I'm
to
here.
hear
I'm
this.
here.
There's something Pastor Shannon has said.
I think the
Pastor
pastor said something that she, they share opinion.
Yes.
And you're the one who had a problem last week with her, so I think she was.
We correct.
Yeah,
this.
obviously, we are going to.
We will correct.
We are not going to correct. We are going to cement what I said. Pastor, I think one, if someone is not ready to be corrected, we have avenues that we can look at this person. One, definitely there is someone in life of this guy whom he listens to or whom he consults. We all agree people are difficult. Some of us wouldn't want to be told our mistakes, but we are ready to point at our spouse's mistakes. I wish we had an open mind that at times when our spouses are speaking to us, they're speaking to us with the obvious statement we say here every day, with our best interests. But if someone is so adamant, I think we can also approach the closest person to this person, the closest friend to your husband, or the closest friend to your wife, and maybe share these out in their presence. That I can give an example. Pastor Lavender is my friend and a friend to my wife. I might invite Pastor Lavender in my house and say, look here, I might brief her of what I want to share with her in the presence of my wife, and I could invite her in my house and say, look, I have a problem with Anne. And this is the problem. I've been trying to tell Anne A, B, C, D, but she's feeling I'm always attacking her. What is your opinion, Pastor? I've called you here because you are my friend and you are Anne's friend. Kindly help me out so that we can look into this thing. And the same way also, Anne can approach Pastor Lavender, can approach Pastor Robert or Pastor Sharon and say, Pastor Sharon, I have a problem in my house. The problem that I have is Elfas is so adamant, rigid. He doesn't listen to some of my feelings. Even in marriage, we have personal feelings that at times it's important you listen to your wife or husband, as much as you might not agree with them, but listen.
Wow.
At least for once we've agreed on something.
Listening is very important.
Very important.
I like the fact that you said you might not agree.
Yes.
What must be the behavior when you don't agree? What should be the behavior when you don't agree?
You agree to disagree or disagree to agree.
Well, what I'm asking is how is it like? How can you disagree in an orderly way without being disrespectful?
That's the next one.
You can say,
Nimekubali.
Yes.
or say the Elfas way, wanawake mnakuwa tu hivi but ni sawa. I have disagreed to massage my ego using wanawake mnakuwa tu hivi.
It's true, by the way.
Nimekubali lakini ni sawa.
I think that is why we were saying marriage is about compromise. When you compromisation just means that I might not necessarily agree. Sindio? But I agree. Lakini hiyo kitu, just like unasema, wanaume wanakuanga tu hivi. Hata ukienda nyumbani uambie mamako atakwambia, mama, wanaume wanakuanga tu hivi. It's a way of teaching us how to compromise.
Tunaambia wanawake ni vigumu kuelewa.
Kwanza mwanamke wa mimba, watakwambia, I remember when my brother's wife got pregnant, and then I think my mom told my brother, mwanamke wa mimba anaweza jinyonga within a second over cloth, over juice. Na anachukua kamba anafanya nini because of all the hormones. So it is you to understand.
Sitaki harufu ya kitunguu.
Sitaki harufu ya kitunguu na unajua wewe umezoea kitunguu. So you have to compromise. Marriage is about compromise. It is a school of compromise.
So whatever you have to do, whether you'll employ the method Elfas or whatever it is, the thing is you must be able to listen.
But I wanted to add on Elfas. There are people that are so stubborn, Elfas. Unajua kuna mtu mwenye ako stubborn mpaka Pastor Robert is not wewe.
Anachoma.
Nataka kunichomea hapa.
Anachoma.
There are people who I know. Like mpaka mna intervene as a church. Unaona bado hawasikii. There are people I don't know. Maybe Pastor Shannon maybe tell me your experience.
I've had
but there are people who don't.
And
my message for these people out there is that you're going to break your marriage. And you're not going to blame. Shana mtu mwenye everybody else ndio mbaya. Yeye hawezi kuwa wrong You've seen those kind
Yeah.
of people.
You
How
are
is
talking.
it?
You are talking about a couple I knew some time, and eventually they are not together right now
Yeah.
because one, I started. I was going in to help all the time. They call me even at 3 in the morning. They are fighting. I go there with my wife, but now ni kama wakaona mimi sisaidii zaidi. They moved to another pastor in our church. They moved to another pastor.
Yes.
They moved to another pastor.
Exactly.
Eventually, saizi. I think the problem here was no one was owning his or her mistakes
mistake.
kwa hilo marriage. But kama saizi, they are not together.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Which is okay.
That is how marriage breaks. You see,
Which
and
is
you see,
okay.
Yeah.
Which is
see,
okay.
That's okay.
If we are two individuals who can listen to each other,
Yeah,
we are
you
not
better-
ready
you better
to-
separate them.
Better separate.
they don't listen.
But now we
Our
look at
kids-
this, as much as you say they better separate, we are looking at the children
Yes.
who are innocent in this
Yes.
picture. You see, we are punishing these children for nothing.
I want to disagree. Let us not use children in marriage.
As a defense.
It is, yes. It is
Okay.
important to look
Yes.
at the best interest of the child. However,
Yes.
it's unfair for you to be fighting every day, 20 years down the line, when children are watching, just because you can't agree. You rather separate and manage the kids together than fight for 20, 40 years.
First, do you know
Now,
the
I'm
people-
looking at this situation.
I want to
Elfas is saying
support
the
Pastor
same
Shannon
thing.
kidogo.
Elfas is saying something good, yes. But I'm looking at this situation where this couple, I still follow them. They are my friends. The man is doing his own things. The woman is doing his own things.
the kids
The
are
woman ako na watoto. But if you see the posts on Facebook, ni ya complain that this man is not doing anything. And this man, from my own research, ni kama ashaoa, he has moved on with his wife.
going to say.
But you see now what
But
the
now,
people are
what about the
suffering?
children?
When we separate, it doesn't mean I should not marry.
But you see, people are
No,
different.
but
can be married.
but
You see,
now
Elfas.
taking care of the
Elfas,
children.
yes, exactly.
Pastor Shannon, just keep quiet. You know, one.
Elfas, you're out of
But
order.
Pastor Lavender, please
I
come
have
in,
to say
come in,
something.
come
Elfas,
in,
you
come
are
in.
out of order.
Pastor Lavender, come in.
And they can never
No.
come out to say,
Pastor
Pastor
Lavender,
Lavender,
is
come
officially
in.
out of order.
women are cunning.
Because-
At times, women use even marriage or separation in marriage.
No, not
Pastor
always.
Lavender,
Not always.
I'm calling on you to come
Yes,
in.
I must
Come
come in.
in, come
Elfas,
in.
wait.
Women do that.
Give me a minute. Give me a minute.
Yes, please.
You see,
Lavender, you can
Why are you
talk.
Give me a
listening to me
minute.
at first?
Yes, I'm
because
listening to
I'm
you.
talking and you're telling me to
But
give you
I'm
a minute.
listening to
Why are
you.
you listening to what I was
Yes,
saying?
I'm listening. I want to
okay.
interject.
Okay, let me finish. Then
Yes.
you interject. First thing is that women have used separation
if you are
as
a
a
woman.
source of income. They'll go
we'll deal
forcing
with
this
it.
man to give leta pesa mtoto, upkeep, watoto rent, watoto shule, so that they can also get some money and do their things.
not all women. No,
80%
let me
of
tell you.
women,
Let me tell you
80%.
something. No,
I've been
where
fair.
was
I'm
this done?
fair.
Where
I'm
was
fair.
this
I'm
data carried
fair
from?
enough.
Where was this?
80%.
No,
And
you
also
cannot
let
say
us
80%
agree.
to
Let us
Elfas
agree. People
without
can't
proper
be
research.
fighting.
That's- maybe that's the
Marriages
sin of it.
work.
Yes.
We all agree
No, that
marriages
is
That is
work.
no, no, no. That is fake data.
When things are not
That is fake
working,
data.
who is listening to? When things are not working, let people separate. It is wise that we all support and bring up kids. Let's co-parent.
One.
But when they are not working,
when are you
when
finishing?
systems are not,
When are you finishing? When are you
Let
finishing?
me finish to Masai.
Yeah. Let me tell Elfas the reason why. One, what is our objective in this show? Why are we here?
To heal.
We are here to heal broken marriages. We are here to tell people that actually it can work. Yeah? It just depends on how much are you willing to put into it. If it's not been working, then it means that someone is not working. If the marriage has not been working, it means that maybe both of us or maybe one party, but somebody is officially not working as they should. You see, what we are here to do is to tell people that, yes, you two people meet each other, Tom and Mary, and then they fall in love in Nairobi, then they decide to have children. These are human beings with souls and with spirits and have to be handled very well. These are people that will be responsible for their lives. Elfas, do you know one day you'll give an account of how you're raising your children?
don't point at
Even
me.
before God. No, it is you I'm pointing at. I must tell you. So, before you think of separation, very quickly, because people will be throwing it around. It's not working, I'll point at you. It's not working, it's not working. I will leave. I will go. And this is the kind of attitude
You
to court
continue.
Naongea,
Yeah.
to court Naongea the last time.
Yes.
You come back, whenever we have a fight, me, I'll just leave. If I cannot handle it, I'll just leave. So my encouragement is this. We are here to heal marriages and to try and kukuza healthy marriages. And we're telling people, you come back, if it is not working, then sit down with each other and find out why is it not working.
Thank
and
you.
then
Thank you. Thank
wait.
you.
I've not finished.
Amazing.
Olfas, what is wrong with you? Another thing
Take some juice.
about correction. Yeah, if you're not willing to be corrected and to receive correction, then don't marry. From the word go. That is my advice to those who are not married.
Thank
Because
I
you will
think-
be corrected.
I think as we
But
discussed,
about children, it's a very delicate matter. and must be handled very well. I have seen even fathers who remain with their children and the wives go. Shona, yeah, there are men out there who take care of their children.
There are scenarios where children are being used as
let me tell you, I have seen. Let me tell you something.
For a person to be told.
Yes. In marriage, yes. Even men. In fact, I think most of the time, like Elfas was saying, I will not say the percentage because I will not say because your 80% is fake news, fake data. I'm a researchist. I believe in research. When was it carried out? By who? By which party? We need to know, and over which, how many people were questioned and interviewed.
Yes.
So
cool down, man.
I think about children. You see, most women, and I will say this, even men suffer in marriage. Kwa sababu akikumbuka kwamba some other man is going to raise my children, or some other woman is going to raise my children, then ata stick to, unaona. And that is what you're trying to tell people. Marriage is a place ya kuvumilia. Inafaa ikuwe place of enjoyment. I shouldn't be with you because we have 5 kids and I'm not working and I'm worried if you're threatening me. Pengine hata hiyo kidogo 12 first. Pengine you're threatening me and telling me ukienda unajua vile utalisha hao watu. So I'm just here because I'm suffering. No, that is not what God intended marriage to be. Marriage is a wonderful place. A place of love, a place of joy. Hata kama challenges ziko kidogo.
Give a moment.
Stop. No. This is what your question was. At that point when things are not working out, at the point that it's not working out, we are here to discuss, and we all agree marriages work. But let us not pretend that it must work. We are here to make sure that we discuss and agree that marriages work. When things are out of control and it can no longer work, then let us also agree that it has to go a separation way.
When is enough enough?
Yes.
Like now.
Yes.
At what point would you declare, especially on this subject,
exactly.
declare it that if this is not working?
Because kuna mtu.
Maybe I want based on his
let
data.
me give an example.
Define it. Yeah, define it.
You have this
based
woman,
on your data.
Who is a vuvuzela. I won't use data. Let me say women and men. At times the relationship can't work. They have to break. And let me also say that a good number of women will use a separation as a source of income, which is also a fact.
No.
As let us not defend things. Let's discuss issues the way they are. Let's not be defensive because we have.
I'm not being
women.
defensive.
We are women. Anyway.
But we are women.
Now, if you're married to someone who doesn't want to listen to you, who is an alcoholic, or the woman comes out, she was just okay. All of a sudden she started drinking. Unaingia saa 7 usiku amelewa. In the morning muko mnapigana mnagombana. You also say wacha tuone. You go out moving with girls there. You come in the morning, issues every day, you fighting. You've gone to Pastor Lavenda. Pastor Lavenda amejaribu kusaidia imeshindikana. Mozu amejaribu hakuna. We go to the parents, things are not working out. All of a sudden you are moving to everyone asking for the way Pastor was saying, asking for their opinion, na kila mtu anaona hapana. We get to a point where like things are not working out. What do? You have to go separate because now it is reconciled. We can't reconcile. There's a point where even, let me give an example where maybe one of you hata amezaa mtoto nje, mwingine pia ako na mtoto ndani ya boma mwenye si wako, and such like, you see, inafika mahali separate for the best interest of each other. Maybe it is not workable. Now,
sorry, are you done?
You are
Pastor Shannon,
yes,
if I may ask you some, because you see, communication or maybe listening, is it a misunderstood subject in marriage? Because listening to me might not be listening to you, based on the person you're trying to address.
Yes, please.
What is an effective way for you for listening? Because somebody can just look at you, but they didn't hear nothing.
Because their minds are not there.
Listening? Yes.
Because their minds are not there. Now, you see, if you're in marriage and actually you understand that we have misunderstandings in marriage, then you should be ready to listen. Because we look at this. You haven't grown together with this person. This person has a different background. You have a different background. Then you are coming together in a relationship we are calling marriage. You know, you're two different people. So if you're not ready to listen to each other, then I don't think you should be together. Because if you don't listen now, you're going to be making decisions on your own. You are going to be deciding.
And
this
you're
will
going
kill
to
you.
have 5
I say, I wish we
children
could
together.
use understanding than listening. You know, the way you brought it, listening, someone can listen to you. And
I've brought in the understanding
listening.
part,
Think,
which is actually understanding.
Active listening.
Yes, that is active.
Yes, active
Because actually, if you understand what took you into that marriage, and you'll be ready to.
What were your goals, in
yes,
fact?
Yeah, what are your
Yeah.
goals? We talked about it here sometime. What are your goals? And I've told you that somebody said marriage is not a bed of roses. It will not be smooth all through. So if you're not ready to listen, will you be doing things on your own? Like you just wake up in the morning and you take the children to Marel. When mama doesn't want the watoto kukua in Marel, no one is going to pick them. You will be late in the evening. Now, how are you going to handle this wewe peke yako? You need to sit down and say, Mama, I'm taking the children to Marel, but because I come from work a little bit late, you are the one who will be going to pick them because wewe unatoka kazi mapema. You see, already there is an understanding. There is an understanding. Okay, you can say, now this evening, Mama, I was thinking, kuna ile kuku. This evening, wacha tukule kuku. Mama anasema, kuku ita waste time. Kuna nyama pale kwa fridge, let us just eat nyama. You see, already you have agreed on something.
It's true.
That means there is an understanding in this marriage. So if there is no understanding, then even the listening and what won't make any difference.
It's true.
It will make sense.
Yes, it starts with the understanding.
Understanding.
First.
You
You have to
have to
understand
understand
why you are in this marriage.
Marriage. Because
What are the goals?
I think, Pastor Shannon, let me add on what you're saying.
Yes, please.
You see, when you understand why you're in that marriage, you will not be throwing easy words carelessly, nitaenda. Ama si utoke ufanye nini, beba zako ufanye nini, uende. It will never cross your mind. It will never even, hata yu kutamka tu, you'll say, let's sit down. Wewe. Hata saa zingine mimi naonaga, my brother, I don't know if he's on Facebook, I hope he's not. my brother, the one who looks like Elphas, he
He's
had
not,
a
but
fight.
Pastor Robert
He
is
had
there.
a fight with his wife. So he was really, his wife was upset. Any bibi alikuwa amefika mwisho. She said, I'm leaving you. Sindio, I'm going. So she packs her things. And then, you know, he seated at the, and he's this huge. And he tells his wife, Aki, ukishika tu hiyo mlango, today I will beat you. I will kill you. He doesn't want to say, I'm sorry. But he doesn't want her to go. Na unajua they are together 20-something years back. They need to communicate. Unajua unaelewa mtu wako. Exactly.
Let me ask you, is there a way that is non-verbal that men communicate?
I think
The fact
Robert,
that someone is saying don't go,
sometimes
does it communicate something, or you have
it,
just
I
to
think
say
it communicates something because actually hiyo maneno ilipoa because so you want me to stay, so I feel you love me. I think also know your person. What will work for Robert might not necessarily work for Elphas. So know your person. Kuna mtu akikukosea, he'll just bring you gifts. Utapata amekuachia hapo kathawa hapo utengeneza makucha. That's a sorry. Hajaisema lakini anajaribu.
Can you take it?
I think let's adapt hii ya Pastor Lavena. Ya kuacha gifts.
Iko
Ama namna gani?
iko kama mimi
Ya kusema
sometimes
I'm
when Robert
sorry.
upsets me
But you know, men are
insist
never
on
given.
hearing.
Elphas,
Especially
yeah.
women.
Well, Elphas alituana.
I think we can adapt this.
You can adapt that.
I think
We
we
can
can
try.
adapt
Unaona?
this. Kama
Like
tuko
me, my
sawa na
husband,
watafuta
sindio?
tao.
Yeah, he's watching. Like when we have a disagreement, you know, sometimes when he's really upset me and he knows I'm really upset, and there are things he knows I've been talking about. Maybe nafikiria kuna kitenge ngine kwa memo niliona, nilipeleka huko sina pesa ya kushona but natafuta. Unaona zile when you're happy, you're just having those conversations. Utasikia tu memo anakukola na kuambia, pastor amelipa ile kitenge yako. So I know I
Trying to
smile.
apologize.
He's trying to apologize.
But then you realize that a woman will still insist on he has to say
No,
it.
not always, not all women. That's why I'm saying.
Pastor-
That's why I'm saying.
you know, with the hard button
Apana.
and Elphas.
No.
Pastor,
That's why I'm
you
saying.
know-
But Pastor Shannon, we have to agree that people are different.
Yes.
People are different. Unaona vile kama vile Elphas alimention ya kwamba there are people. There's somebody who cannot live with an alcoholic. But there's a woman who can live with that. How many women live with alcoholics? Si wako. Si ndio? Hawajatoka. Hata kama amelewa wanambeba tu akimleta
And
nyumbani.
also we have women
that's
who
what
are
you're saying.
alcoholic and
Even
men
there are
stay with them.
men stay with them. Exactly. But there's a man, you cannot drink in his house. So we must accept that what will work for me. That kuna tu watu pia huku kwa ndoa huku. People are different. So find your person. Jua vile akumbembe. Oh, there's a man. Akikasirika ukimpetwa nano hiyo issue imeisha. Hata he can give you the moon after that. Hata sahu ya hasira. Lakini kuna mwanamume mwingine hata akikasirika, even if you try giving him sex, atakataa. So people are different.
Would you take non-verbals, Pastor Shannon, for communication?
Yes, they do.
please.
Kwanza,
You
yes,
would.
You can
But I
take
think the problem is with this gender.
No,
No,
this
we
gender
don't
has
make-
nothing.
hata
That's what the
gender
Bible
pia,
says. Wanasemaga.
Wanaweza ingia box.
Yes.
With the gifts.
Father, we thank
Yes.
you. Yes.
Wanaweza ingia box.
So
Kwanza,
first,
we are
this
very
one
good.
Team, I think this team here would
Kwanza, let me tell you
do not-
something, Pastor. Let me take from a woman's
Yes,
perspective.
yes.
Wacha nikwambie, ushaona vile mwanamke hata wakati you are a young girl and somebody calls you, a strange guy calls you. Sasa madam, umbwa. Hata unaweza mtukana, isn't it? The first time utamfanyia nini kwenda huko? Yes. I don't talk to such like people. Day 2, he's persistent. Si ndio? Sasa unanisalimia nini? Nini unataka? Day 2. Day 3 anakusalamia sasa. Sasa ni nini unapenda kunisumbua? Unaona ameanza kurudi chini, si ndio? Day 3 umemuingiza nini? Have you seen hata mtoto wa CS anaezoleka kwa boda? Jamaa wa boda. I'm sure that first time what I know about women, that's what the Bible says, dwell with us with the Bible didn't say dwell with men, but with women. You people must accept that lazima mtadwell na sisi with understanding. So lazima muvae hiyo nguo ya understanding. So know you are a woman, know her. Pengine mwingine anapenda gift, mwingine anapenda tu umfuate tu around the house, say babe I'm sorry. Hata feel tu
to hugs kidogo,
to hugs kidogo, to kiss kidogo.
I want to agree with Pastor Lavenda.
Let me ask you a specific question.
Elfas is agreeing with me.
Would you agree?
Today I agree.
There could be a non-verbal communication in your marriage, and whether it's in your marriage, and actually if you can share with us some of the non-verbal communications in your marriage. If they are not there, just say they are not there. Or maybe you have seen of it.
Maybe you can't think of one. You can't think.
Let me think of one as she's watching. But what I was agreeing, what I was agreeing with Lavenda, I came to realize that when I tell Lavenda I agree with you, she'll stop. Then I get a chance. There was something we were to look at why we are in marriage, and she mentioned something. Why we are in marriage is quite different. Your interests. People's interests in marriage is quite different. And that's why we are coming to this discussion.
Yes.
You realize there are people who are in marriage just for continuity. Their father and mother got married, they got kids. So wanaishi tu wakijua inafaa mkifika miaka fulani muoleke. Social status.
Nani ameoa.
There are people who fall in love and get feel like we can be companions, we can work together, we can live as a family. They get together. Yes. There are some who come because of financial stability.
Yes, it's true.
And a big number of some gender today, they are looking.
Especially the men right now, the boys.
Yes. It's me who is talking.
Yeah, the boy.
I'm gender today, they are looking for financial stability.
Continue.
Are you threatened? So you realize at times when the stability is going down, they have every reason to bring chaos so that they can walk out because it's no longer stable and the intentions have been met. Some will walk away because maybe, after all, they just wanted kids and they have kids now. The continuity, family continuity is there. I have a family. Niko na watoto. Hata ukienda unaenda na watoto wangu. So people are different. And why I can agree with the Lavenda is why she said we see things differently. We get married with different intentions, and Lavenda can agree with you on that.
I do.
And we can also agree that there are people who get married because of financial stability.
Yeah.
You agree with that?
I agree.
And people can know the kind of gender that does that.
Emotional stability.
Emotional stability also. You can see there are people, mtu alikuja kuomboleza your father amekufa, ati fulani tu siku haijua ananipenda hivyo. Na ukaoleka vile mnatoka tu matanga na unaenda.
Kitu Elfas atasema. Let me give I have an example.
Examples are here. So
there was a
They have, let me say this before I see what I will say.
Yes.
Pastor Robert is saying you should take us to Chess Bay for free.
Yes, this stream for free.
That is
with our spouses. Yes.
He will take us whether he's willing or not.
We are coming.
The kind of communication, I'm saying this because actually it's something I've seen even in my marriage.
Yeah.
There's a way I talk, and I'm a talking way manner of a gift. But it took quite a number of, a time for my wife to pick that as a communication from me. Is it possible that there are some marriages where that, or should we take a moment of saying, when I do this, I am trying to say this? Or is it actually upon the woman to understand, or upon the man to understand that in this kind of behavior, she will make you understand that this is what I mean?
But anafaa to understand. For example, I didn't ask for money. And I know Robert upset me last night. Na ni amke asubuhi na asha jiko na bata amenikea hapo 2000. Baby jinais. Si hiyo unajua tu ile tu vita ya jana.
Anatengeneza mambo.
Anatengeneza mambo. So I think maybe we should just also be open to new things. Si lazima tu ambiwe to those words sorry, but hizo actions they accept. Just be flexible. I think marriage is also about flexibility. Be flexible.
Pasi, there's no way you can talk in a way that you're meaning there is a gift coming. You know, women are funny. Women are they like these small things, and you hear Lavender nodding and enjoy it.
Even without
You
money.
see, they love these small things, even without money. At times you can just go and buy some chocolate. There are those who love chocolates. There are those who love cards.
Flowers.
They love
Even
those who love
sweets.
flowers. They love sweets.
Even sweets can
even
do.
sweets.
I don't
Even
think that you
vitenges,
should
Robert,
talk
even
in a way
vitenges.
that you're
Robert.
showing I will give you a
Pastor
gift.
Robert amesikia. Even
Especially
vitengez.
isikuwe vitu yenye uko namwambia ati nitakufanyia. We want to see these small things. This packet of juice and some biscuits there, some cookies. Those are the things, the normal things that women want. So they'll soften their hearts towards those small things. And I think just give them. People should be flexible. They should be flexible. People should be flexible to do these things.
So that marriage can work.
Yes.
For the
Alright.
sake of
I'm
peace,
agreeing.
yeah.
Let's try and see whether we can be able to cover quite a number of things there. But then there's somebody who asked me a specific question for Pastor Lavender and Pastor Shannon. Give me practical ways to make my marriage work because mine is not working.
Practical. Wow.
I wish they would have
Before
expanded.
they
on-
speak
yes.
about it, they
He
should
talks about
understand from which
arguments.
angle. it's
exactly.
coming.
He talked about argument.
Arguments.
He just said, and I hope he's talking about not working in the place of argument.
Arguments. What do they even argue about in the first place? You know,
No,
that would be
let's
pretty
go
important.
back.
Let's go back to
Whatever you
What exactly
we
it
started
is.
with this sometime. We
Yeah.
said marriage is a university of offenses.
Yes.
And if you're not ready to handle offenses, then don't go even to marriage. Now, we just want to tell this person asking the question that you should be ready that offenses will come. Even the Bible mentions it,
Even
that
in the morning, even in the
offenses
evening,
will
even
come.
tomorrow.
And offenses will come in any,
Form.
in any form. You can disagree on getting to the house, on removing shoes pale kwa mlango ndio ingie kwa carpet.
Toothpaste.
Toothpaste, kufinya
Umefinya hivi,
toothpaste.
ufinya hivi.
Haya, kutumia toilet hii ya seat hii.
Inua, weka chini.
Inua, weka chini. You can disagree on those small things.
And those
become
are
a
the
big
biggest
fight.
things that
Yes.
Big fight.
men
They
tunagombanishwa
bring
kwa
big
nyumba.
fights. So you should be ready when you're getting in. Mwambie mama, mimi socks nitatoa, lakini pia mama naye kama anaona labda unavaa socks na zinanuka, pia kwa mzuri wa kusafishia socks, unabadilisha kila siku. It's so that you don't kama ni socks zinaleta shida, anakuambia socks lazima tutolee pale. Wanaume unajua tuko na shida. Unaweza tolea socks kwa mlango na unazitupa pale kwa kona na mama anataka uziweke kwa basket ya nguo chafu. Then these things you should discuss them. You should discuss over them. Be free. Ukifika pale bedroom mwambie mama, mimi sipendi vile unanipeleka mbio juu ya socks. Tafadhali nikifika nikitoa viatu basi wewe tafadhali tangulia kuzichukua uzirushe kwa basket ya nguo chafu. Kesho nitajaribu pia mimi nifanye the same thing. Unaona, so you should be just free. Handle these issues. I don't think there is nothing in marriage that should not be talked about.
Okay.
Let me tell you of a friend of mine. The Archbishop, you saw him, he was here last time. The one who was
okay.
preaching in the
Yes.
conference.
Yeah.
And, he has one of his sons who is very free with the marriage. And they go to the bedroom all the time. Wanataka wa massage, anataka kumassage mama yao. And the Archbishop gets into the bedroom and anaambia, my son, come here. My bedroom is for relaxing and for sex. Please go out, I want to have sex with your mother. I'm just going to tell you that these things, there is nothing that should not be talked about in marriage. I love it the way naambia tu kijana yake, wewe nitakana ujue hii bedroom ni yangu. Hii bedroom ni vitu mbili nafanya hapa, kupumzika
Na mambo mengine.
na mambo mengine. Sasa wewe kijana toka, mimi nataka kukua mambo yangu. So I'm looking at, we should be free with each other, talk anything, and if there is a problem, if you are free with each other, you'll handle issues. Lakini ile mkistick na pride useme mimi ni mwanaume mkazikambo, that's for the Luya one.
Yes.
Mimi mwanamke ananiambia nini, unaona?
Yeah, don't talk to
So
me.
unaona hiyo ni pride imeingia, and then you are doing hii pride iko inaingia, it will cost your marriage. Why don't you just calm down for once na waambie mama, where is the problem? Mama, come and we sit here. Let's discuss over this. How do you want me to do this thing? How do you want us to live in this house? It will be easier and it will help you. The pride will not, it won't help you. It won't take you anywhere. Sometimes as men, let's just tell the men out there, saa zingine shuka chini kidogo, discuss issues
Usave
na mama.
marriage,
Na kama unaona ni ngumu, mwambie mama I'm sorry na utoke uende, because saa zingine unaogopa kumface. Hata uandike note basi. Hata kama ni mbali sana, andika note andika na message. Mwambie mama, by the way, last night, I'm sorry for last night.
But see, what
I want to add on.
that there's no template for marriage.
There is no template.
I want to add on the arguments part. Like when you're in the middle of an argument, yeah, and you're both shouting, nobody's listening. One. So if you want to argue about something, first ask yourself, this argument, what am I going to get out of it? If, for example, me, the thing that really pushes me is the Spirit of God. Like the times he'll just tell me, Lavenda, just walk away. Why don't you just walk away? Si utoke tuende tu hapo nje ukae kwa flowers, breathe in, breathe out, because you're going to say in an argument, you might say something that you cannot return.
Hii paka Pastor Robert aseme inafanyika.
Atakwambia, atakwambia. You cannot just be arguing. Uwezi argue. Hey, wewe si bwana yangu. Biblia inasema be submissive to your own. Underline the word own. O-W-N. Husband. So for me, if you're in an argument and you're about to say something that is really going to hurt your partner, retrieve. Talk about it when you're, I like the way Pastor Shannon amesema, if you're a man, walk away. Toka tu, enda, panda gari, toka enda, go for a walk, because you're going to slap this woman. Saa zingine wanawake tunaweza kasirika, mpaka tukane mpaka mama yangu. Mama yako ni mjinga, mama yangu. Kidogo before you know it, you are strangling her, her tongue is hanging out, and she's not even breathing. So mimi nasema, if you're in an argument, if you're going to address me, saa zingine napenda vile mimi and Robert we work. Sometimes hii Del Monte ndio imetukasirisha. Tutaiweka hapo kwa kona for a while. But we can still talk about the dasani. And he can still ask me, watoto wamefanya homework. Hiyo nini, sasa imeiva nikusaidie. You know, even if we had an argument in the morning about something totally different. Yeah. So I think about marriage, walk away from an argument that is not one, haileti kitu yoyote. Yeah, avoid easy arguments all the time. Then another thing, learn to calm yourself down. Listen to this. Your voice in the Spirit of God, now it's time for you to keep quiet. It helps.
That's the thing to add on whatever my two colleagues have said. Is let us be intentional. Be intentional. Like as we are getting into this argument, let's be intentional. Are we winning? Are we? Is my spouse understanding exactly what I want to share? You know, so that as you argue, it has an end result.
It's true.
When you realize we might not meet the end result. During this argument, two things must happen. One of you must come down.
Step down.
Intentionally. You must come down intentionally to listen to her and massage her ego that time. Then you'll find time and resolve this issue later on. Or walk away. As much as personally I don't like walking away, but walk away as my colleagues are saying, so that she can vuvuzela. You know, there are some who can do it. Avuvuzele yake ota aona hata wewe ni mwoga umeenda. Later on when you come say, look here, when I was even walking away you said this word.
And it wasn't nice.
It's not nice. We were arguing about this. Why are you bringing in this? I thought we resolved this issue way back. Also, the intentions of your marriage. Why are you married? And you know, these things, when like this brother of ours is saying, argue. Maybe the intentions when they were dating and getting together, they never looked at these small things that will be arising. And they have not been resolving those small issues. So every day, they have to bring them, the argument. And there are things that also must be acquired. You must acquire the desire to know that, you know, today argue jana, also this hairstyle. I should not argue with you again next week. Nani bring you ya
juzi kutwa.
Juzi kutwa. Lavenda can agree with me. And the women don't later use I think.
I want to agree with Elfas. Okay. Wamama, yes, wamama please. And I think by the way wanaume hawaleti hizi vitu. Si rahisi unless upate mwanaume mwenye ako na mdomo sana.
You can imagine
mwanaume mwenye ako na umoma sana. Lakini wamama, I remember my dad and my mom used to argue. Mamangu alikuwa anaweza kumbusha babangu kitu mpaka babangu anasema unakumbuka mpaka hiyo kitu, you know. So we need, if it's about kusamehea, samehea completely. When you've samehad him, ikuwe tu msamaha kabisa, start a new day fresh. Isikuwe ati bado umebeba. If you're not, kama mulilela na grudge, sit down in the morning, talk about it, clear it. Isikuwe a hanging cloud over you. Like every time now, kidogo tu. That is why you cheated in January. Remember you cheated on me. Na ilikuwa argument tu kuhusu tu maji. Imeshafika wapi? So women should allow their hearts to heal, and they should allow themselves to also heal. And kila wakati pia ukidinile kidonda haiponi.
Maybe just to add on this, we want to advise the women out there to that they should also give their men time to talk about issues. Sometimes we have women, we call them vuvuzelas. They want to, you know, kwanza kuna wale wanataka kuchukulia hao vile they are the weakest kwa sababu yeye ni mwanamke. Unaniambia hivi kwa sababu mimi ni mwanamke, unajua? Let's not
lean on that. We are a team.
We are a team. And then the next one is usikue vuvuzela peke yako, you want to be on top of your voice paka majirani wasikie. As she has mentioned, unaanza kuleta vitu hata wewe hata sorry ya ndani hujawahi ninunulia
hata kwenu yeah, it's true, very hurtful things.
You are shouting. Patia mwanaume pia time. Ukiongea just talk, ongea kitu moja mbili, alafu achia mwanaume pia time yake ajieleze, kia mwingine ajieleze, hivyo you will solve things. But when you are shouting at the top of your voice, wewe ndio vuvuzela, wewe ndio unaongea maneno 200 peke yako, mwanaume ataongea nini? So the women out there, let them also give time to their men to talk about
naturally
issues.
Men are not wordy people. Like ukipata mwanaume mwenye kwa word very few. Wanaume are people of few words. Una mwanaume hata in the middle of an argument, kwanza hata hiyo argument in the first place hataki kukua involved in it. Hataki things that zitaleta conflict. Mwanamke naye amekupangia, uko tu kazini na kupangia tu leo nani. So we also need to tone it down a bit, just like you've said. I was watching a clip yesterday of this Arab guy. They're sitting, I think, in a stadium, and this woman is arguing with him. She said mpaka inafika mali anamuinulia kwa kiti. Like in the next 2 seconds he was on her neck. Alikuwa amemshika hivi mpaka the guys wenye kwa nyuma ndio walikuwa amemshika. So usiache marriage ifike place ka hiyo. Yeah.
Would you take some of the questions?
Before I take some of the questions, kwanza I want to report that my husband has said
Okay.
yes,
we've seen that.
That's very true. I do take time.
Okay.
I live a practical life.
You don't.
No,
Very
we tell her
same.
congratulations.
Aya,
Congratulations.
Dio Gracious ameniambia hapo, Pastor Lavender, your haircut is on point. Hata hawajaniambia. Thank you.
Ni Deo Gracious ameona.
Thank you,
Mimi ni
Dio.
bora hii side ya
Thank you, Dio.
Now Gracious wacha kuharibu the crew.
Thank you so much. So Diocletian says again, he says people should heal from their past. Don't punish someone who was never even in your past. And it's true. You can find somebody who was cheated on by some woman in 1902, anabeba mpaka saizi 2024. Bado bibi yake akitoka wapi hata anakupeleka mpaka kwa salon, anakupeleka mpaka kwa makuta, sasa anakupenda, anakumonitor. Yes, even a woman, she's so insecure. Bwanake hata hizi simama tu, hata mtu hizi bwanake direction kwa barabara, ati hii barabara kwa unafanya na bwana wangu and then sometimes wanawake pia wako na hizi maniniza kushautia wanaume. They feel that akikuja in your place of work atakuembarrass. It is you who's going back home with that man. That is your marriage. Build it. So kuna mtu tena ameandika hapa, unapanga, I think it's your wife.
Yes.
Unapanga na unajua vile ata reply na jibu utampea. Fear women, it's true. You know, sometimes it's true. But I think one thing about women is about the sixth sense. You know, before she asks you, like there are those days, these arguments kidogo, but there are those days when your wife will sit you down and ask you, juzi ulikuwa wapi? Be very careful how you're going to answer it. Juzi ulikuwa wapi? So before you start lying, you know that she knows everything. Anajua. Anataka tu umdanganye. Hawezi, that is how we are built. Nitamuuliza tu ulikuwa wapi juzi?
Ama ameambiwa.
Kuna tu ile sixth sense tunakuaga nako. Tunajuanga tu kama mtu kana ni beb.
Pasi, I want to agree with you with the sixth sense.
You are so agreeing.
But also,
it's weird.
I told you when I tell her that she'll
But you do agree.
She has not been listening to me. When I say that, ananyamaza. One, Pasi, you know how it feels good when you make a mistake and you're talking to your wife and you apologize to her. Then in the next argument, she doesn't bring back the past. You have an argument, mnamaliza hii, you don't mention about her past. You agree on things, you plan things together. It's so beautiful. It's a good thing. However, I want to tell women, you can make your man to be the best man ever. And women, you can make a fool out of your man. Most men can turn to be fools to massage your ego. At times, a man can be calling you, baby, nimesikia. Sorry. Hata ukianza tu argument anakuambia I'm sorry. Ukiuza sorry anasema pole. Hataki ku explain anything. Na anakupea hata pesa unataka. Just because hataki arguments, kichwa imechoka. He's struggling with the job issues. Kama Lavender sasa anataka kukimbia kazi. Atoke kazi akimbie wapi? Ako na struggle na maybe loans ziko, alichukua loans akanunua shamba ama amefanya nini amejenga. Ako na struggle with parents wake ni wagonjwa nyumbani, ako na struggle with the young siblings wake, anataka aone kama wanaenda shule, all those things. Haki ya Mungu, mwanamume anaweza kosa kuargue na wewe kwa nyumba, ufikirie you are a winner, ukimtusi ana walk away anaenda. Ufikirie you are a winner, when in real sense you are the fool. So at times try to understand your man kabisa. Try to understand your man and your woman. Understand the kind of woman you have and understand the kind of man you have, so that when you have an issue even,
It's true.
try to weigh the way you bring your issues on the table.
It's true. It's
Beautiful.
very true.
I'll take maybe the next part of the discussion. I hope that wherever you are watching us, in case you have a question, send it here. I know that your husband is watching.
Yes, he
My
is.
wife is watching. It's always good when your husband validates what you're saying.
Yeah.
You can't lie.
I
at this
can't lie.
bench. And I want to ask Pastor Robert, in case there's anything that she also does and you want to ask a question,
Please bring
you
it
can
on.
trust
Bring
your
it on.
brothers.
Bring it on.
Trust your brothers will be able to deal with her.
As brothers, as brothers.
Bring it on.
As your brothers.
Sasa watu wananiulia
Your
hapa.
brothers will be able to help you, brother. Now,
funny.
let's talk about, we were handling this subject about, but before we even go there, Pastor Shannon, you've been a pastor for, for many years. What is this thing in your general collection, maybe overview, is the major cause of marriage breaking or not working? From the many complaints you receive, either from your members or your friends, what do you think is the major reason of the many things that people bring to your desk?
Wow. Let me say this. We have, I think, let me say two major ones. One is cheating,
Okay.
and the second one is not being a responsible man.
Okay.
Those two are the major ones.
The cheating on both gender?
Yes,
or-
cheating on both genders, because
usually
when we're talking about
percentage
cheating,
ile ya Eliphas on which gender? Ile percentage ya Eliphas yenye Eliphas alitupea ile fake data.
wachana na
Inaweza kuwa fake depending on where you are sitting.
wachana na huyu ndugu. Huyu ndugu tutaenda nayo,
Hiyo-
atatuambia baadaye.
hiyo
Atatuambia.
90%.
Umesikia amesema 90, sasa ameongeza nikasema imefika 90.
Hiyo ni sinapeti yake.
Hiyo
So,
gender,
what happens here is cheating iko mara mingi. Kwanza, because that cheating inafanyanga there is loss of trust.
Sana.
When there is loss of trust in a relationship, issues was na arise. They cannot trust you with your phone. They cannot trust you when you are out there. They cannot trust you in the house. Yani nowhere, because ukiwa kwa nyumba, simu ikiingia huko unatoka kwenda kuongelea nje. Tayari there is wamekususpect. Jana waliona simu yako kidogo, mtu akisema good night my love. Wakakuuliza huyu ni nani? Huyu ni nani my
Mwenye
love
shamba na
mwingine? huyu?
kutext my love. Mwenye shamba mwenye unataka kununua shamba kwake.
Amekwambia, alafu unajua wanaume pia ni wajanja. Siku hizi wanaandika kama anafanya biashara anaandika customer kimilili. So customer kimilili
Anakuambia
customer kimilili amesema good night my love. So
at bank manager Equity.
Acha nikwambie kitu. You know what men don't do? Women are very intelligent.
Wife anaambia watu, mimi bwana wangu anakuanga na namba ya manager wa Equity, nitawaita hata wapee miganda. Anaenda hata anaiba namba kwa simu, analetea watu kwa chama.
So, as we move on, it's good time to laugh off too. So, those two things, majorly nimetaja hiyo, cheating and not being a responsible man. And also a woman pia. Unajua
Take responsibilities zake seriously.
Yeah, we are supposed to take our responsibility seriously. So those two are the major ones. Now ukisema unazi break down with this cheating, unaona there is loss of trust. And then your responsibilities, when you don't when you don't take your responsibilities seriously, then somebody else will do. You see, that means
responsibility is also for both men and women.
both men and
both
women.
men and women.
Na tuki break down this, they are all wide. Responsibilities inaanzia kwa bedroom ikiteremka. Sasa
Hata
wewe-
finances,
hata finances,
socialism,
okay. See,
even
so if
socially.
you don't take this thing seriously, kumbuka your marriage is on the verge of, iko inazama.
Okay.
Yeah, so we need to take them. These two, and I know as you continue planning on this, we'll be going deeper
into this, yes. Yeah.
But as we talk about the two, one, you're cheating. Two,
Irresponsibility.
irresponsibility.
It's true.
You innovate first.
We will replace responsibility with finances. Yes. Finances. Marriages today are going down because of finances. And I will add their respect. What Pastor Sharon has said, I'll add their respect and I'll add
Finance.
finances. Yes. Without finances, I've seen marriages that are breaking just because Bwana alifutwa kazi. mwanamke ameleta issues. Whatever he's also saying about the responsibilities kwa nyumba, if you don't have finances, it's going nowhere. You might be very good on other responsibilities kwa room, kwa servant quarter,
kwa door,
lakini kwa door, sitting room, kitchen, nini.
Okay. Could that fall under responsibility? Or it's not
It is.
No, it is
The
because
finance-
it's wide. It's wide.
It is
It's
wide.
because I tend to think that many times when people talk about responsibility for a man is all financial. Yeah,
And sometimes
many
it's not
times
that.
down to-
And I think
Yeah,
Apple,
mm.
I think what Elfas has said about respect is bado responsibility.
Yeah.
Na your finances bado responsibility. My responsibility as a wife to my husband is to respect him. For him also is to respect me, to submit under him, to love me. Unaona hizo ni responsibilities in a marriage. Ukiangalia the responsibility of a wife, responsibilities of a husband in a fall under even finances. Kitu yenye I think maybe we need to get out from is hiyo kitu we repeatedly say here that financial responsibility is not only for the man in the home. Even the woman is part of your financial responsibility. For me, I want to talk about hiyo tu bado cheating and irresponsibility.
Yes.
Marriage with cheating, you know, when you cheat, that is the only ground yenye Yesu anasema tu live you're allowed to do what?
To move.
To divorce. That is where the Bible actually draws the enough is enough.
Yes.
Hapo kwa kucheat. Because once somebody has cheated, you imagine maybe what have they, as in alifikiria nini? Huyu mwanamke, if you're a woman you start thinking huyu mwanamke mwingine ananishindia nini? You know, the next time you're coming to have fellowship sexually, that is what will be going through your mind. So it hurts even for a man's ego. Apate bibi yake ana cheat. Now part of that responsibility is just also emotional responsibility. There are men out there, they think if he gives you money for your nails, he's provided food in the house, then now you're good to go. But kuna tu ile, one of you mentioned it a while back. Kwamba mwanamke, I think we were with you last week. Sisi mwanamke, we want you to listen to us. Hata kama uleta shule mwalimu mtoto wako akakujibu vibaya, you want to come home and tell your man and you want to hear his reaction. No, even if he feels wewe ndio ulikuwa wrong, lakini unataka tu akusupport. Ile you want to be held, you want to be touched, you want to be talked to nicely. Women want that. Immediately you don't give that to her. You might be working in Dubai and coming back, but your loneliness, your part can cause emotional cheating. So kwa tuongea hiyo kitu hapa. Yes. So your responsibilities, your cheating and your responsibility in affect marriages.
Responsibility is quite wide.
It's big.
It's wide.
Irresponsibility is everything.
Amazing. Let's move on now. This is a recurring question on especially on disagreement. One person has texted me on WhatsApp, though I don't know the name because it's just WhatsApp text, the number though. Anasema, I understand my wife works and she gets home very tired. I'm not as busy, but I want sex. And then I'm always turned down.
Well,
And as
that's a
much
good
as I
one.
understand, but I feel like also my needs are being subjugated.
Neglected. Can I take
Huyu
that
jamaa
one?
pia inafaa
Can
kuwa
I take it?
understanding.
Can I take that one, eh?
He's saying
Huyu jamaa anafaa kuwa
he wants to be
understanding.
Let me take it. Let me give a practical
I want you
example.
to
I want to give a
fair
very
honest
practical
man.
example to
And
the
fair
man,
to the man, yes.
and a very practical example. There was a pastor, we were at a wedding, and he was teaching about sex, and he was saying kila wakati he was asking his wife for sex, she wasn't giving in. She wasn't giving in because one, they had a small baby. Actually, he was staying home with her. Alikuwa na watchman. Alikuwa anafanya, this lady married him irrespective of him being a watchman. Actually, she was doing her masters, I think. Alikuwa anafanya masters zake, but she loved him. So when they got married, he was staying at home. Mchana yeye ako nyumbani. Huyo mama ako, she goes to school, she goes to work, you know, she was exhausted. By jioni amechoka, afike aoshe mtoto, atengeneze uji, afidi mtoi, unajua afue manguo zao for the whole weekend anafua when she comes back in the evening. Understand? So this pastor realized, he sat down with himself and then he asked himself, why is this woman always tired? Then he started figuring hesabu the amount of work this woman does, and then he realized he's been unfair. So the day one akajaribu, akapiga dasta, akaosha mtoto, he cooked uji, fed the baby. You know, when she came home, wacha nioshe mtoto, nimeshamosha amelala. Wacha nipike chakula iko ready. Maji yako iko kwa bafu. Leo siku anasema alipata anano. Yes. Alipata anano because
it turned
yes,
on.
because I think just like for example even me, sometimes I work the whole day. My husband anatoka church, pengine akona hiyo time. Nikifika home napata ameniwashia jiko. At least I don't have to start from zero. Anawasha. Napata amewasha, amechemsha nyama, hata amejikaza, amekaranga. You know, maji ya watoto hata nikifika hivi he tells me no.
Angalia swali mzee wako anasema understanding inaweza kumtuma huyo mtu mbali
sana. Understanding. Una understand tu. Unaona? Una understand. It actually helps.
For how long are you supposed to understand?
No, just unajua nani? As long as you have free time. This is marriage. This is not ending now. It is for life. You have to understand this person for life. Imagine yeye even forever.
Wacha ndugu aongee.
Wacha mimi niseme kitu.
Tumekupata.
Yeye pia atakubaliana mimi. There's a day here I said scientifically na akafanya hivi. A man produces sperms. The body of the man produces sperms like
just code the word, yes.
Viwango.
These sperms means
tumia risasi.
Haya marisasi haya inafaa yawe yanatoka pia kila mara. So ukiona kwamba unamnyima yasitoke, unaweza mpeleka pale pabaya. Mwili wa mwanaume unaweza peleka mwanaume pale pabaya sababu anataka haya marisasi yatoke. So pia wanawake inafaa waelewe ule mwanamke ule. Niseme wanawake ili Lavender niangalie. Ule mwanamke ule pia inafaa aelewe kwamba this man needs to get out.
She's tired, man. Ama sometimes men pia waelewe. Do you want her to just lie there and give you, or do you want her to participate and enjoy?
Pastor Lavender.
But you've said your responsibility would include in itself
Pastor
that
Lavender,
part.
But you're tired. You've come from work. You've run the whole day. You know this thing.
But you work.
This thing is serious.
Pastor Lavender.
What if you work 7 days?
Pastor Lavender.
So that means we will never do this.
We will understand each other. You will help me.
Tuishi tu.
Pastor Mos.
Muleme Pastor Lavender. Hapa karibu kuna huyu mchungaji atasikia kama amekuwa.
Pastor Mos. Kuna mambo hapa yenye Pastor Lavender inafaa to agree. Kwamba one, you must understand your person. You understand yourself, understand your body. There are people who wake up very early in the morning to work out. Waende kazi. Intentionally so that the body adapts to working and it's hata ukitoka kazi you're not exhausted. You're not exhausted because your body is working. Two, you need to understand kwamba as much as I am busy every day, I have this matrimonial responsibility. I have the matrimonial responsibility and I have to submit to it. Tusiweke kiti ya kusema tu nimechoka ni anielewe. I'm telling you, hii mwili inatoa marisasi all through. Kama hata
Pastor Robert na Pastor Lavender ni kama wako na
wanatumia na
it works for them.
You understand each other. You understand each other.
So what do you think? Unaona ukicomplain hapo.
Mambo ni magumu. Mambo ni mazito kwa sababu wacha tuangalie. Wacha tuichukulie hivi. Nataka nichukulie example moja. Wewe kila siku unatoka kazini umechoka. Sawa? Na tuko na msichana wa kazi. Sawa? Tuna msichana wa kazi. Wewe ukitoka huko umechoka unaenda kulala mapema. Msichana wa kazi ndio bado atanishughulikia vitu 2-3 pale. Tuochi na Aesop hapo. Hakuna shida pia. Unaona? Makosa itakuwa ya nani when huyu msichana wa kazi anachukua responsibility zako? Wewe umeninyima. Unajua sitaki kutumia neno kuninyima. Ngoja kwanza.
I want to listen to him.
Twende hivi. Wewe umeniambia umeninyima wiki ya kwanza.
Na nakuelewa.
Na nikasema nime understand. Next week ukaniambia tena bado mimi nimechoka, nika understand. Niko na mwezi mzima nikikuelewa. Na kuna ule msichana ako pale mwenye kwa nyumba mwenye sisi hatuko related naye, mwenye pia anaweza vaa mini skirt once in a while, mwenye anaweza vaa tight mara moja pale kwa hao. Sawa? Makosa yakinipata utalaumu nani?
Aya. Can I answer now? One.
Yes.
I hope you thought about it.
Yeah, I have. I really have. One, the absence of sex in a marriage. Nataka kusema is not a certificate for you to cheat. True or false? Biblically it is not.
I cannot answer that.
You have to answer it.
Don't answer.
Let me answer you. It's not.
It's my time. It's my time. It's not. Sindio?
Yes.
Because how many women also are out there, their husbands work mbali na kuna shamba boy? Does it necessarily mean that now wewe unafanya tu kazi mbali, mimi unataka niende wapi? So niangukie nani? My nearest person.
No.
Relax.
Point at me.
This is what I want to say. If you feel that your wife is able to have sex with you, lakini kuna vile anakukazia tu, si ndio? Haya, sasa hapo ndio mali now the church comes in. and friends come in and people who are close to you comes in, because before you go out and sin and pia wewe ujiinja tu as a Christian, talk to someone who knows your wife, sit down with her. Vile tu nani alisema, Elfas alisema kama ni Hana.
Haven't you said that women should be understood? No,
ninasema it depends. For example, unaona like the what works with me and my husband. I work the whole day. Nime run around the world and I'm tired. Unaona? But niko na nakuaga na hiyo willingness to fellowship with him. Let me call it anano ili sound funny. Unaona? I normally have that willingness. So even him, he knows the days when I am, we normally call it anano. I don't know. So that yes, it's so that he understands really when I'm tired. When I say I am tired, enyewe I'm beat. Anajua tu enyewe huyu mtu amefanya nini? Even the days we say nimetoka saizi nimechoka, acha nilale kidogo. Kifika saa 9 hivi, saa 10, ufanye nini? Niamshe. You see, wake me up, because anaenda kuomba, akitoka maombi.
Where would you have left the part of the Bible that says that do not
ndio bado naleta hiyo point. Umesikia Pastor Moses, hujasikia vile naleta hiyo point. Hujasikia vile naleta hiyo point. Ndio nasema hivi. Consent maanisha you must agree. Sikia. I'm sick. Si ndio? I'm sick. Si nitaelewa. Nitakuelewa tu wewe ni mgonjwa. What I'm trying to say, aki Pastor Moses, hii topic imekushika. This is what I want to say. Allow me to finish. I'm not finishing my point.
Go on. Proceed. Finish.
My point is this. Elewaneni, musinyimane. Yes, mpaka we madam hata ukitoka kazi unasema I'm tired, I will understand. This one is enyewe, she looks tired. But men also help around in the house. Because especially if you're in the house more than her, help around. Haita kunini kuosha tu vyombo, mwambie babe, umepika si ndio? Ingia kwa bafu oge, wacha mimi nikuoshe hizi vyombo za. Wacha si ati nikuoshe. This is our house. Wacha mimi nioshe vyombo za jioni. Unajua utapata ameoga. Wait. Pastor Shannon, this one you should support. Something that possesses you. Unaona? Munasaidiana. Just like even financially in the house, you tell me, babe, najua nini ilikuwa petrol ilikuwa responsibility yangu, lakini I've run out of cash, unaweza nisaidia thao hapo. Na kusaidia nayo. Unaona, such like things. Because in sex, you're not going to have it alone. Hata uende tu hapo nje, you have it. There is no excuse for unfaithfulness. Hakuna.
Just a minute. I think what Pastor Shannon was trying to paint was supposed to be a picture for us, maybe for us to look at it with a keener eye.
That is what I was doing.
I thought she'd do that.
You know,
I thought so.
Imefika hiyo kiwango kwa sababu now I'm looking at this. Mimi, I end up cheating with the girl there, and it becomes very soft that now we become a thing with the girl. Na tunaamua hapa tutacheza chini. Mama kwanza nitamwambia ukweli. Mimi mama huwa ananikazia. Na vile nimekupata sasa wewe wacha tuendelee kucheza chini na tuendelee kujienjoy polepole. So wewe utaendelea kuchoka yako kila siku na mimi naendelea kula vitu chini ya maji polepole.
Lakini kuheshimu.
Lakini heshima itakuweko.
And that is the fool I talked about. Because men can be fools. Pasi.
Lakini Pastor
there is something here. Mimi nimesema ukweli, risasi zinaundwa every day. Now my sister alikubaliana na mimi one time. We need to understand kwamba inafaa zitoke. We must understand kwamba ukiingia kwa ndoa there are responsibilities zenye lazima zikuwe met. One of it is matrimonial satisfaction. It should never come with some excuses.
Never.
It should never come with excuses. It should never, because it you know, it's a desire yenye kila mtu anakuwa nayo. Women have desire.
It's a natural desire.
Yes, it is. When I miss it, you're giving me excuses. I will look for where I can, you know, offload this pressure. Just because umenipea excuses. I'll try the best I can to look for friends to speak to you. But you know what she will do or he will do? He will still say, sasa mimi nitasafiri aje nitoke huko nikuje. Sina fare, gojo. Mwanamke acha elewe. Si ati nini nitakuja. And what is going to happen is this house girl mwenye unaamka asubuhi umeenda yeye ndiye ananiserve chai. I don't agree with it at all. We want to speak things openly. Wacha tusidanganyane hapa.
Nasema I don't agree with it at all.
You know, huyu house girl anakuja anaserve huyu mwanaume. Anamwambia umeshiba, thank you so much.
Juu umechoka.
Umemwambia
mama amechoka.
Mama
ananyosha mkono.
Thank you so much.
Ananyosha mkono.
No, siwezi choka.
Huyu dem ndiana.
Pastor Shannon, siwezi choka. Ama machine.
Huyu dem ndiye anafanya nini? Ndiye anausha bwana. Huyu amechoka. Tumekubaliana na wewe choka lala. No. Tumekubaliana na wewe choka lala. Sasa huyu amnawisha. Yeye anakula.
Look at what your husband has been doing. She goes to the shower to shower. He's saying, True, it's shower iko sawa, lakini ukishawa ndio tosha.
Si mbaya. Ama mimi ndio sijaielewa.
Really?
Pasi,
Yeah,
I was still saying
come
something.
back and take your responsibility.
Yes, yeah, si ndio, exactly.
Huyu house girl unapata
I think it's
wewe
okay.
umechoka job, yeye ndiye anakuayonia nguo pasi
Me, I don't
unaenda
agree.
nini. Huyu ndiye afanya.
Today,
There
I don't
are
agree
small
kabisa.
things. There are small things that connect people.
I don't agree.
Eventually huyu msichana bila anakuayonia manguo, hata yeye ndiye anakuchagulia nguo za kuvaa sababu bibi ako wapi.
Amechoka.
Yeye ndiye ana brush
Wacha
viatu.
nikwambie kitu. I don't agree.
You know, you start
She will reject
developing
you
a
finally.
Argument-
desire kwamba
Woman
she's
finally.
the one who is telling you
I
uko
don't
smart.
agree.
Even your wife
The
is
one
not
doesn't.
telling you. Nakwambia unakaa smart, enda. Pasi leo unajua leo.
I don't agree with those
Eventually,
arguments.
Eventually,
I do not
women
agree completely
are running away
with
from their
these arguments.
responsibilities.
I don't
And
agree.
some of the responsibilities
I am
they have
not
is
in
reassuring
agreement.
and serving their husband. Haki ya Mungu, we are arguing
There is
about
no
this by
excuse
the
for
sexual
cheating.
part.
Let me tell
Yes,
you something.
yes, yes.
Mimi there's no excuse for cheating.
Yes.
Hakuna. Hata kama hujapata sex for a year, go to your pastor, tell your pastor I want to divorce this woman. Hey, I want to divorce this woman because I'm not receiving my marital rights. Do it, but don't cheat. Don't cheat, Pastor Moss. Don't cheat.
Okay.
Huwezi jua what somebody is going through. You know, sometimes what nasema, but you see this guy, his question was very specific. He spends most of the time at home. Unaona? He has all the day to think about sex and what he's going to do and all the activities he wants.
No, maybe he works in the-
let
he
me
ma- he
finish.
works from the house.
Let me finish.
No, but someone cannot have
me
the whole day
finish.
thinking about sex.
I'm finishing. I'm finishing.
Unaona vile nimemwangalia.
Sinimalize.
Umalize na huko
Nimewacha muongee.
unasema crap.
Let's give
Wa-
it time.
ni-
Ati mtu
Nimewacha
anafikiria
mapana.
about
Go
sex
ahead.
from morning to
It
evening.
is not
What do you
an
think about
excuse.
men?
After ikue nini, it is not an excuse to cheating. It is not. It is not. It will never be an excuse for justification to sleep with a house girl. That's how people introduce HIV/AIDS in their marriages. That's how people kill their wives.
Why
Wait,
don't you just
no,
take it?
I'm finishing.
Okay.
That is how people die in their marriages. Kama ni ngumu, Pastor Moss, mregeshe kwao, waambie watu wako, mimi mtoto wenu amefanya nini? Amenishinda. Lakini don't be going out to cheat ati because you have an excuse at his palms. If God said that you can be faithful, then you stay faithful. That is my hiyo haijalishi hata bibi yako amekwambia amechoka miaka 3, miaka 4. Mchukue mpeleke kwa waliokupea. Kama ulimchukua mchana hivi ama kama ulinda kwa ukalipa kitu, mpeleke huko. Go complain there, but don't cheat.
Pastor, don't you think like on this subject
Cheating,
we
no.
share the view of the three of us as
Mimi
men?
nasema ndio nasema as a man, nasema yes, even I'm telling the women out there, I even said it here before in other podcasts. Nikasema sex is not about the man alone. Sex is a fellowship. It is something you should welcome. Not feel as if it is a chore ama ni kazi yako umechoka. Hapana, ni kitu you're supposed to share and feel and love each other with, you know.
Excuse me, Pastor.
Unaona? Yes. So it is not just about at only men just because they have sperms. Let me if I go back to Elfas niambie Elfas hiyo kitu. If I tell Elfas hiyo kitu,
I can see her repeating some
if I
word.
tell
I think
Elfas-
she's taking me
if I
wrong.
take it
I really want her to
physiologically,
understand.
Wacha amalize.
if I take it physiologically, all the fast growing cells include even hata tu hizo ovums there. That is why when somebody has cancer, we harvest them. Even the ovums are harvested, or even the need, because your cancer cells now every fast growing. That's why even the hair falls off. So unaonaga, yes. So hapo kwa excuse ya kusema ati nini ati because I'm not washing your hands for you, or hapo hapana. That is why tuko na hizo ma review
But I think
tunaweza kaa as a
negligence
couple.
that we referred to was about
Hapo hapana.
Pasi, hold on.
Your part in the
Pasi, hold on.
romance,
Pasi,
right?
hold on.
Yeah.
Pastor Lavender, I want you to be genuine and look at things holistically. Don't pick a few statements that I've made so that they can make your defense. Okay?
No, it's not only
Just
you.
hold on.
In
I
fact,
gave
it's
you
not-
time.
it's
I gave you
not
time.
only-
I
it's not
gave you.
only
I gave you time. I
No,
gave you time.
it's not only you.
I gave you time. What we are doing here is we want to look at things holistically. You are speaking at a Christianity point of view.
Even not without Christianity, no.
Pasi,
Elfas.
I've
Cheating,
been keeping quiet as you are talking.
lakini
Can you
cheating
just keep
hapana.
quiet so that I can talk?
No, you
because
can talk.
what is happening is
You can't
are
talk.
thinking on
Because
how
just
to
a minute,
answer me than
Elfas,
listening to me.
You
Would
can't
you just
talk.
listen to
Let
me?
me just interject something else, and then I'll give you to continue. I think this could be the reason why traditionally men would marry like wives. Because
I don't know.
when one is tired, another one is not.
I don't know.
Could that be the reason why?
That could be
I
the
think
reason
so.
why.
Yeah.
That could be the reason. We are looking at this thing holistically. We are not looking at this thing at
With a
a
Christian
church
view.
level, Christian level, Muslim
Whichever
level.
level,
We are
no.
looking at it holistically. And that's why we had, whatever you just said. A man could have 4 or 5 wives. It might not work for you. And that might be what you think. But it is something that is happening out there. And you need to address it. Look at it. don't just come out and make a judgment. Cheating is bad for me. No. Look at this man.
No.
We are having a discussion.
I'm still standing with my point.
No. Look at things holistically. And also when I say something,
I am still
don't
standing with
look
my
at
point.
this.
You take the
Yeah.
question because out of the question,
Nobody's going to convince me, no matter what he says.
Is it mine? The question. Not the question.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yes.
I'm looking at this and I want to. I'm directing this to Pastor Lavender. Pastor Lavender, why don't women out there, those that are busy, wajue kwamba as much as I am busy, I have a responsibility
Exactly.
kwa nyumba.
Na sijakataa.
Exactly. That
Now,
is
I'm
what.
looking at this.
Eh.
You are tired, yes. But fika kwa nyumba, just make sure that utapata time kidogo, hata kama ni maid ataserve chakula.
Sijakataa.
Lakini pale ikifika pale kwa hiyo responsibility ya noano umeita namna gani,
No,
whichever
no,
way.
yeah.
Pale
Sijakataa.
unaona ikifika pale wewe give your best to your husband.
Pastor
Because
Shannon,
wacha nikwambie,
sijakataa.
that
I
is
support
one-
you.
ngoja kwanza. That is
support
one of
you.
the things
Eh.
that ilikutoa kwenyu.
Eh.
Because huko kwenyu kuna kitanda,
Yes.
huko kwenyu kuna
I am in support
huko
of what
kwenyu
you're
kuna
saying.
chakula,
Yes.
huko kwenyu kuna kila kitu, lakini
I
ulikuja
support
tuishi
you.
pamoja
Yes.
kwa sababu ya hiki.
Lakini kuna kitu siwezi support, Pastor Shannon. Cheating. No.
Sasa ndio niko nakwambia.
I was saying something.
No.
We are- Lavender, we are
Hamuta ni convince,
Lavender,
hamuta
there's
ni
something that
convince.
Lavender is missing out.
You know,
Lavender, we are
she's a
not
pastor, I
saying
know.
we are not
That's
saying
Big up
men
pastor.
should
No,
cheat.
She's running away from reality.
No,
We are
I'm
not,
not.
Lavender, we are not saying men
I'm
should cheat.
not.
We are saying the
I'm
reasons
not.
why this thing is coming out.
Ninasema
because of the
If you
negligence of
can
the
be
woman.
realistic and
Yes.
agree, these
Yeah.
these
The
are the reasons
negligence
why
of the
we
woman.
will
negligence
just
of a woman. We
disagree
are not
to
saying
agree. We will
yeah.
just, you know,
Negligence of the
no,
woman.
Yes.
no.
That's just what you're
No.
missing out.
So you'd rather we die.
So I ask you a
saw
question.
Somebody was asking.
Nikuulize swali.
My wife was asking.
Eh.
So what happened to Paul? I thank God because Pastor Tim has replied her
Eh,
very well.
But did Paul
was
die?
unwell.
Paul was not unwell. Paul
He
was
was
not
never
unwell.
married.
But he was not unwell. He had
he
a
was
choice.
never married.
No. The fact that he was not married does not mean that he was not
So
well.
he had never been provoked. You know, there's a difference between when you're not married, you
No.
have never been provoked sexually.
Wacha nikwambie kitu, Pastor
But
Moss.
it's different from
You
when
guys
you're
are not,
married.
I think it's you guys who are not understanding what I am saying. I have told women out there, sexy kitu unaweza nyimana. It is not even allowed. Even if let's say, that is why we are married. Sini ukweli. Just like Pastor Shannon amesema, chakula napata kwetu, kila kitu nguo napata kwetu, lakini nimekuja kwako. Si ndio? If there's a sex issue in your marriage, address it. Unaona? Address it. Umeni address, nimekataa kuchange. Look for a friend of mine. Si ndio? Address it. Kama ni ngumu sana, nibebe nipeleke kwa Mama Kristi nimwambie huyu mtoto wako hanifanyi kitu fulani. Lakini it would never be an excuse for somebody to cheat. That is my point. Just
No.
agree, let us agree
When
to
you have
disagree.
neglected your responsibility.
Ninasema,
Responsibility.
unajua bado
Someone is
hamunielewi.
willing to help you.
Lavender,
I am trying. Unaona Pastor Shannon?
You're becoming
So the
defensive
Pastor
on
Someone is
reality.
just
We are
trying to
saying,
help.
Lavender,
Someone is
listen.
just coming in to
We are
help.
saying,
Someone is helping you so that you can sleep.
yes.
I am just disagreeing.
No, that
So
you're
that you
tired.
can sleep.
I'm
and so that you
allowed.
can
Lavender,
rest.
Lavender, we are
So that you can
saying,
also rest.
and if you understand
And
very
I
well,
am saying,
we
I
are
am
saying
not
the reasons
agreeing.
why this
Alpha,
thing
you
is
talk. I'll keep
happening.
quiet. You talk.
The reason why this thing is happening is because of this and that.
Ndugu
We are not
angalia.
justifying.
Mtu anakuja pale
That
kusaidia
people should cheat,
ili
but-
mama aendelee kulala na kupumzika.
I will just listen.
Somebody is just coming in to help.
I will just listen. I will not comment.
Mtu anakuja kusaidia ilikuwa ubaya
Take
kweli.
some questions.
I will not
You
comment.
can pick some of the comments and the questions.
Mpaka Pastor Jackie ameuliza hapo. So if the man is tired, the woman should cheat. Pastor
No.
Jackie asked them.
For how long?
There's a point you people are bringing here and it's not a right point,
No.
Pastor Moss. It's not
The
right.
question is not that a woman should cheat, but women, if we take the gospel of women being tired, these guys can be tired.
But there are even women
forever.
who live with husbands who get tired,
They
and
can
we
be tired
and we live with
forever.
them with no, not forever. That is not my point. That's when I say, kama it's been a month, sit down and talk to her and say, babe, what's going on? Umuelewe, si ndio? Hey, kama haja change, tafuta Pastor Shannon, kama Pastor Shannon ni pastor yako, mkalishe. Ambia pastor, huyu mwanamke anipeleki vizuri. Tafuta rafiki yake, ongea na rafiki yako, kwani what's going with her? Unaona, I've tried approaching this subject. It's not working.
Now,
I want to know, let me give a good example.
You have started talking.
Now you
there's a
have
guy-
started
Yes.
talking. What we
Unajua
expected from
hamunielewi.
is
No,
that-
you people are not.
You have not
know,
been listening to us.
I was
The
listening
moment
mpaka
we start, you start
nikasema
answering.
no, I was listening. There's a guy hata nimetoka kusema kwamba get somebody else.
Yeah.
It's not an excuse for you to cheat. This guy was married in front from a very safe perspective. Then he started noticing his wife is not willing sexually. Si ndio? Akampeleka mpaka kwa church where they got married. Akaenda akacomplain akasema my wife is not giving me this thing. It's his right. It's her right also. Ikakuwa complicated. Akampeleka mpaka home. Baka home huyu bibi akuwa anafanya nini? Anasikiza. The church told him marry somebody else. Unaona? Because you've tried all avenues. Unanipata? But what cheating does, as much as we are saying, we are just giving it from a holistic thing. Sindio? When now somebody who is listening to this thing anaisikia, atasema so if I take the house girl to jiburudisha na yeye, it's because this woman is not giving. That is not what we are trying to encourage. For
Exactly.
Unanipata kitu yenye najaribu. But are you getting now my point?
Just an example.
Ndio nasema are you getting my point? It was not a good for me.
No, we are giving an example
a reason.
and you ran out with it.
It is not a reason for you to cheat.
What you have said, the way you
The
have
point
brought
is
it,
home.
the point is home.
You are not listening. It's you guys who are not listening in the first place.
Now, something else is just coming up. Now, if we have a husband that gets tired and we have a wife that gets tired, is it right for us to have a timetable for the same? So that tukwenda hiyo siku.
Ndio nasema I'm giving an example even for us. Like the days when he's got conferences, maka tunamekigi date. We do. Maka tunaambia hii Wednesday isipite, tujikaze. Maka saa zingine tunaambiana hivyo. It's true, Robert is here. Tunaambia hebu tujikaze, this is our marriage.
Afadhali timetable iwe.
Take some
Timetable
comments there, Pastor Shannon.
Ile tuanzie kwa nani ya Jackie, that's your wife, So if the man is tired, the woman should cheat. That was another one. But you know, he tired hapa. Do men really get tired?
They don't.
Kwa mwanaume unajua inaweza hivi. Just a shower and una reboot.
It's true.
And you are back.
Hata even if he was in a bad mood.
Bora tu
Shower una reboot.
Shower na unamtouch kidogo ame reboot.
Pasi.
Let him take the questions first. Let him take the questions that we respond to.
Pasi, you kuchoka ni mental.
It's mental. Yeah.
But
so maybe you need to knock her head or.
But unajua unaweza reboot. Na kureboot ni rahisi sana. Sijui kwa nini Pastor Lavenda amekuwa analeta shida kwa hiyo story.
Hata ukiona tu comments za wanawake.
Ongea hapa lakini niko mbali.
Huyo ni mtu Apostle Timothy anasema anasikia kuongea hapa.
Can stay
without marrying. Huyo ni mgonjwa.
Apostle Timothy amesema vizuri, cheating isn't allowed.
Sasa,
it is not.
But hujaona hiyo.
Ngoja turudi juu hapa. Amesema I'm trying to look at the three men.
Anakata mambo ya mama.
Pastors are saying cheating is not accepted, but the reason as to why cheating is done is because of these reasons. Elewa hapa Pastor Lavenda. Munania anasema
meaning
ladies wanasumbua.
Not always.
Because
not
we
always.
are looking at this Pastor Lavenda, it was just an easy thing. When you neglect your responsibilities.
So somebody else should do them for you.
And if somebody else is coming into
it's
help.
Okay, it's all right.
No, it is not all right on the Christian perspective.
No, even just on the social perspective.
On the social perspective, mtu atasema mtu yani
upate bwana
help.
Somebody is giving your wife money and she's giving him and it's okay.
And you know that is it.
The mental thing.
Pastor Mos, you are coming very well. Look here. You've neglected your responsibilities of providing for your woman. Now, and your woman amepatana na mtu kwa ofisi yake bana anafanya job. Anampeleka lunch. Wewe you've never taken her for lunch. Because umeneglect responsibilities zako za ku-provide. Huyu mtu anampeleka lunch, wanaanza kuwa na mazoea. Kidogo anaanza kumpea tu pocket money. Yenye wewe huwezi mpea.
It's cheating as well.
You know that is also cheating.
Najaribu kusema before unajua this woman before she reaches there.
Now hapo ndo mali nataka tu pia wewe ujitetee kama
ndio najaribu kusema bado nasema that is not an excuse for you mwanamke kucheat.
Unataka tu wapi aibe?
Just because no wait.
Do you want her to steal?
One, umesema she's at the office.
She's at the office and she's just
so she works
a messenger.
There. But she still works.
Yeah, she's
yes. Atosheke na mali yako nayo.
Na ndio analipa rent.
Unaona? Wacha kwa thrown out. Hata afadhali warudisha kwa. That is not an excuse to cheat. It is not.
We are not saying it is an excuse.
Ndio nasema
kalisha chini.
Kalisha mwanamume chini mtengeneze mama. Kalisha mwambie baby
kuja
ukae hapa.
Mwanaume chochote, yeye anaendesha boda na bike ni ya wenyewe.
Sasa
na jioni kuhaya. Bike ni ya kuhaya, jioni hiyo pesa akipata anarudisha kule.
Sasa umesema vizuri, si ndio? You now understand one, your guy ni mtu wa boda.
Yes.
The amount of money.
Na wewe ni messenger.
Sasa mtajikaza tu live to your standard. Yenye itawatosha because how will he take you out?
Asikubali gift.
Asikubali. That is not your husband.
Mnafungiwa nyumba.
Should not be gifting you.
Amesema wacha nikusaidie nilipe rent.
No. Siwezi kubali. Afadhali turudi ushago tuishi kwa nyumba ya udongo.
Ni kwa sababu wewe ni mchungaji.
No. I work with so many women out there who are
Ni
not
kwa
saved.
sababu wewe ni
Let
mchungaji.
me tell you something. I have worked with women who are not saved. Nimeona wakikatiwa na madaktari hivi wanakataa. Kwa sababu they are principle. Marriage is not about salvation even.
How many? What your survey?
Your survey. I'm not
Yes.
Elfas. I don't have a synovate in me. But I've seen women out there who are also just faithful. Hata mwanamume akistruggle, bado ako faithful. That's when nasema, that's why we normally say, sit down with each other, review. Muulize babe, siku hizi unafanya boda, unanipea tu 100.
Sawa.
Uwezi jaribu unipe 200.
Next time Tayo atakuwa hapa
Hii kitu
tuone.
ni ngumu.
Wacha tusonge hapa chini. Okay,
Hawataniweza.
Apostle Timothy Wanjala amesema tena cheating isn't allowed, pastor. Sisi we agree with that, it is not allowed, but we were just giving examples and trying to play around with Pastor Lavender. Jackie, that is our pastor's wife.
Thank you,
amesema,
Jack. I need to meet
that
with you.
mindset of men thinking they should cheat because of 1, 2, 3 should change.
Ishe. It is also a mindset.
Jackie, don't
Don't
usiweke
listen to
usiweke
Pastor
ndugu
Shannon
yetu
kindly.
usiweke ndugu yetu kwa fix leo jioni kwa sababu anatembea na sisi.
Wacha tegeze hii maneno.
Pastor Shannon,
Wacha tegeze hii maneno. You know, we
can fry you, man.
we stopped looking at this thing holistically because there was just that argument and someone didn't
No,
want to
but tete
listen.
ndugu kwanza.
But let
Tengeneze maneno.
me speak out. We have come from a community where we all know that there are families that have raised kids that are not theirs. Unapata kwamba mama ako hapo na there is some reality kwamba alizaa na mama mwingine huko, alizaa na mzee mwingine, akazaa na mwingine, na huyu wa boma ako tena mtoto mmoja. We have seen these stories around kwamba fulani wakicheck DNA wanapata hakuna mtoto wa huyu mzee. Those realities are there. So when we are discussing issues here, we are not discussing these issues to validate what we think is right and what we can do. We are looking at these things holistically. What happens? What is driving these people towards here? So that we don't just bring an argument to show that he was the candidate, but can we have a discussion over it? How can we resolve these issues? How can we manage this? Okay? And it will also look bad if we are looking at these things, looking at exactly what was happening way back, what is happening to Christianity, people in Christian families, what is happening in Islam community, so that people can really understand kumbe hii na hii can lead to this. We are not discussing here to validate kwamba wanawake mkikosa kufanya hivi wanaume watafanya hii. But we are looking at things at a very holistic perspective. As much as we are pastors, as much as we are not pastors, let's look at things realistically. Yes, cheating is bad. What is leading to this? We have agreed, yes, cheating is bad. And we are all saying, if you deny your husband sex or your wife sex for a long time, this can happen.
Amazing.
Thank you so much. Tumetengeneza maneno kwamba Jackie, tafadhali ndugu
Endelea na hiyo statement yake ya
tu.
chini. Endelea na hiyo
Ya
statement.
chini hapo ilikuwa inasema no, wacha tuende kwa lingine. Yes, a timetable can work rather than cheating.
Yeah.
I think a timetable is okay.
Yes.
So I think we should encourage people out there to have a timetable for the same. Kwamba unaona ndugu anacheka.
Wednesday saa 9.
Wednesday
It's true.
saa 9 jioni.
Kuja
Wednesday
mapema.
tu hapana. Wednesday kwenye tu siku yenye mnaanza mapema preparation. Wednesday morning.
Hata mental preparation.
Mental. I think a timetable should good, it can work. So amoit mali penye yako.
Wednesday hata ukivunjika mguu.
Lazima Wednesday
Lazima Wednesday, I think so too.
kaende. So hiyo
And actually people say a healthy marriage even in a week, sex should be had around 3 to 4 times, like in 7 days. That's a healthy marriage.
3-4 times.
3 to 4 times,
So tuseme Monday kaende, Wednesday kaende na Friday
Hata
kaende.
Friday, yeah.
Alafu Saturday kwa
Hata
mchungaji wa
Saturday.
mwache a prepare for Sunday.
Haina shida.
No wonder you look healthy.
Wacha tusonge chini hapo. Tumemaliza na pastor Jackie, that is good, we are doing
Akasema,
something.
akasema
Apostle
tosheka.
akasema better. Alafu Apostle akasema on the moral perspective cheating is wrong. We agree.
Yes.
We were not encouraging it. We were just looking at the possibilities.
Yes.
Kwamba hiki kikifanyika, hiki kingine kinaweza tokea. Now we have how our timetable, is it okay once per month? Once per month naona hapa.
It's too much
tutarudi kwa mchungaji.
It's too
Hapa
much
ni kama
gap.
tunaenda kwa chini ya maembe.
Naambiwa chini ya
Tutakaa
maembe,
chini ya
pastor,
maembe
have a problem.
kusort mambo.
Hiyo once a month
Once a month hiyo
is too
tumeruka
long.
hiyo story. mtu anasema sipiti hapo kwa once per month. Hata mimi personally hakuna haja tutanganyane. Once a month, that is too long.
Unless somebody is in Nairobi or something, but
Alafu
once a month
appetite niko nayo bana. We are together, my wife is around. Why should I stay once in a month? I have one of my uncles who ana joke. We go to him when we have issues, even at the church. People ako free na watu.
Yes.
So kuna siku alikuwa anaambia one of the couples, aliambia mwanaume, akikunyima angukia tu. Sini yako hawezi piga nduru.
Yes.
There is this thing Pastor
Angukia
Timothy Wanjala is saying. I'm
Kifua
trying to
kifua.
look at the three men. I'm trying to look at the three men. Pastors are saying cheating is not accepted. But the reason as to why cheating is done is because of these reasons. Elewa hapa, Pastor Lavender, Munania. Many cases are in this direction.
You see, my argument, I don't know if you guys really understood
No,
my
we
point.
got you.
We did.
My point was
We
this.
did.
Sisemi ati,
Because that comment had been taken actually.
sisemi ati, these things they don't lead to, yes they do. But me I'm saying before you cheat. Unaona? Before you reach your point sasa ya ku accept now the house girls ninis, before you cheat, make sure you've sat down with your spouse and you've actually specified exactly how you feel. Unanipata?
So there is a possibility
check the comments.
it can happen.
Ngoja mimi niko namaliza
They
hizi
do
comment.
happen.
Take the comments.
Apostle Timothy anasema men must know that Wednesday sasa kama ni nini
For ladies, I understand for the ladies.
for the ladies akasema sometimes nini unaweza enda service na ukuje engine imemwaga oil inakuaje sasa na unajua ile siku ya oil ni ile siku yenye wadada wanakuanga wameenda kule kwingine. Sasa tutafanya aje na mambo ilikuwa ni ya time.
Tunajikaza.
Timetable ni Wednesday.
Yaani sasa muna reschedule.
Tuna schedule hapo ni sawa tu. No, kuna schedule si mbaya. Kuna schedule tuna count days.
Ame nayo.
Tuna count days.
Okay.
Hapo tuna count days.
And compensation.
Sasa hapo tumefika, nadhani tumeangalia zote. Iko mtu akauliza, Pastor Robert ameuliza Wakasa ako wapi hapa? Huyu ndugu vile anaongea mambo mingi.
Wakasa ako kwa nyumba na sioni akiwatch.
Ayuko?
Ana bundles.
Umwachie
Watu
bundles
Wakasa
next
should have
week.
been here. I want Wakasa to watch this.
Watu waende.
Chess Bay watu waende. Nadhani
waende.
hapo
Watu walipe
hapo mahali
waende.
tumefika.
Chess Bay watu walipe tuende
Sisemi
tunafunga.
unaweza fanya hii kitu. Nipate. Of course I know you. You know that this kind of person. What I'm trying to tell men out there. Unaona? Kabla ufike place yenye unaona utacheat. Kalisha mwanamke chini. Mwambie unanipeleka pabaya. Mwambie, tell her. Asifind tu out anaangalia simu yako, anaona ati Angela na Liaka. Anakutext vifani. These things they hurt. They hurt mpaka.
Maybe it's a misplaced message.
Or you get if let's say for example umekuwa ukimnyima ya ukweli, say now, si ndio? Hey, that's the reality, isn't it? You're not getting enough attention from your wife. Let her not just get a message ati kwamba now will she listen? Will that marriage, will it be saved? Unaona? Once imagine that trust issue, just like you say, once trust is broken, can you rebuild that marriage?
Pastor Lavender, we are
So
agreeing
before
with
we
you.
go there, that's what I'm
But-
also just trying to say. Before now we go there, if I can adjust and say, okay, Robert, hiki tunaumiza Robert. Nijaribu nifika home 6, si ndio ni mserve, ni adjust sasa. Nianze kumserve. Baby, aren't you happy? That's why we were saying, keep getting a feedback from your partner.
Thank you.
That's what
Thank
you-
you.
that's what my point is.
Lavender,
With the
you have-
feedback-
No, you started by saying muta amechoka, aende kwa bafu. You started by a lot
No,
of defense.
not a lot of
But
defense.
now
You know you are
speaking the right
Elfa.
thing.
No,
Yes.
Elfa
You are now
is the one who was
right. You
not
are right.
listening.
No, lakini umerudi laini.
Hapana,
No, you came
hapana.
with a lot of
You
defense.
people are
Pastor
so
Robert,
defensive.
Pastor Robert
of, no,
ameona.
no.
You
You
came
people,
with a lot
no.
of defense
No,
and,
no. I still stand my ground. I still say cheating is a no. No,
We
never.
agree.
We agree, and
Ndio
nobody has said
nasema-
it's a right.
ndio
Nobody
ninasema,
has said it's a right.
before it
Umetuambia hiyo
reaches
kitu
the
sana,
point of
tumesikia.
before it reaches the point of cheating, make sure your partner, you've done everything that you can. You've spoken to her, you've spoken to somebody else. Umefanya kila kitu, but don't cheat.
Okay.
That was my point.
Amazing.
Now
Now let's do this.
hapo sasa ndio
Let's do
amesema
this. Thank you. Let's take your final thoughts, Pastor Shannon.
we are close.
You look at the camera.
Yeah.
You take Shannon's.
Kwani
we'll
hii
take
time
the
inaenda
Elfas,
tu hivyo.
And then I'll take mine. You're the one who do yours and
Thank
then
you,
you
I'm
sign off.
finishing.
Yeah.
Wow.
That you tell us what you want to say.
Kwa wale wote ambao wamekuwa wanatutazama wakitufuata, we have a very good conversation over here and we really enjoy your feedback and the questions, but all in all we want to say that marriage works. That's what I can always say for. And I will say cheating is not allowed. Cheating is bad, both in the church and both as a Christian na kule nje. We are not advocating for it, but we were just looking at it kwamba ikiwa mumefikishana point fulani, then something else can come up na inaweza haribu marriage. But all in all, we love you so much. Thank you for watching, and see you again next Wednesday as we go deeper with the same topic. God bless you. Shalom.
Thank you so much for all of you been watching us. We really appreciate you guys for spending time to be here with us all through. Mulama, Jackie, Gatavi, thank you so much for the support and prayers. And all of you, they are gracious. You've been here all through to support us and listen to us. We like the comments that always come, that it really gives us support. Apostle Timothy Wanjala, Pastor Robert, and everyone. What we're discussing here, we just want to look at the things that happen in our day-to-day lives and how can we change? How can we understand ourselves and how can we intentionally work towards a positive growth in marriage so that marriage works? We believe in marriage working and it's the best institution ever. Lastly, make your wife your best friend. Make your husband your best friend. Open up to him, speak to him, discuss issues with him, and just have a good time together so that you can find him the best person ever. Thank you so much.
I also want to take this opportunity to really thank you. You see, the basic of what we are doing here is to give perspective to different things. Sometimes, when you're alone in your house, you may think you know it all. But when you get to talk to some people with experience, and of course with what we are doing here, we are able to get the perspective to different things. And I really want to thank you for your valid company and for being with us today. For sure, like we've said, the best part for me is when you work on the friendship fiber of your marriage, so that whatever comes your way, you will have a perspective of we are doing this as friends, we are doing this as family, we are doing this as partners in this thing. So thank you so much. Again, for me, it's I'll see you on Wednesday again next week for the diagnosis.
Okay. I want to, Pastor Moss has allowed me to address what Pastor Timothy has said. He said, Pastor Lavender, you understand this thing differently. My experience as a marriage counselor is this. Many ladies will say, I don't care. Must you do it? Mimi huwa nimechoka, Pastor. And I think that is why we are here. To tell ladies, but this thing is not about we kuchoka. It is about your marriage. It's about the two of you. It is not just about him, pia. And I think also if man nini ya kwamba tuko naye na ladies ya kwamba ladies ni wanakata. Ask yourself, mbona anakata? Yusi Elfaz alisema hapa, pengine haumprepare vizuri. Pengine unatoka tu kwa baiskeli na umepanda. So there are so many things that can also affect a woman for her to be able to address. So we will address this with due time. And just like I've said, cheating is no. Cheating is a no for me. Is a no for me. And I pray that even as we are trying to build healthy marriages, people will try and understand that there are those that when you open in your life, you can never close them. They're quite difficult to close. So don't go there. Before you reach there, tafuta pasi, tafuta mkasa, hata mkasa. Tafuta hata Elfaz. Hiyo ni sasa nimekubali. Kama ni mbaya sana, tafuta Elfaz. Thank you.
Maybe give them bye. We see you again next week.
Bye. See you again next week on the diagnosis. Good.